Ek en Frans op Botha. Iemand sê jy's tops hier op WhatsApp. Tops man. Tops. Tops.
My top is bietjie gesny, ja. Maar...
Ja, jy is tops. Dis net 'n kompliment vir jou. Nie so mooi soos Elsa nie, maar tops.
Oh, is jammer.
So,
daarom kan ek nie iets doen nie.
Wanneer laas het jy met iemand gepraat in Amerika?
Lanklaas.
Wel,
Ek dink laas op die groot ontbyt en dit was dalk 2 jaar terug.
Maar jy het nou die voor.
Ek weet nie. Ja, natuurlik, maar gaan jy vir haar hallo sê? Dis
Ja.
pragtig. Ashlinn
Ons
Gray.
gesels met Ashlinn Gray, dogter van David Gray, sanger van Babylon. Nee, is 'n ander Gray. So Ashlinn, a big welcome.
Thank you so much for having me on. I really appreciate it. It's lovely to hear a wonderful South African Afrikaans
Accent.
voice. I love it.
Afrikaans voice. I can do it. I can go worse than that. Tell us about your experience there in America, Ashlinn. I just want to find out more background about your upbringing. So let's start when you were born. Where were you born?
When I was born, I was born in Joburg,
Okay.
right by Krugersdorp, actually. And that's where I grew up and spent most of my life in South Africa until I moved over to the States around 20 years old.
And when did the music start? At school already?
Yeah, it was at school. I mean, to be honest, it was actually my sister that got me into singing specifically. She was the natural born singing talent, and I got a little jealous and decided I was going to work very hard every single day to try get as good as she was, and eventually just made it a career.
And do you play any instruments as well? How do you write your music?
Generally, I sit down at the piano. That's my favorite instrument, but I can also play a bit of guitar as well.
That sounds fantastic. Your first song that you wrote, when was that?
Oh goodness! I mean, like we can talk about all the silly little songs,
Even a silly one, yeah.
But those are always, the ones you're singing to yourself in the bathroom. But the first song that I really wrote that was for Ashlinn Gray as an artist was called Battleships, and that was in 2015, when I was 16 years old. And what was really interesting about it was that it was a song I wasn't even going to put on my EP when I first launched it. And my dad said, if you don't put it on, then you don't have my support in your career. And that was the song that actually blew up my career. So
Wow.
I owe him a lot for that one.
Amazing, Ashlinn. I saw a music video, I think in 2015. I watched it last night. Risking It All, Risking It All music video where you stood in with a live band. So beautiful. And I thought to myself, wow, that's really a nice song. And now I hear that you were, 16 when you recorded that? 16, 17?
That's 100% correct.
Well
Feels like
done.
a lifetime ago.
Why did you decide to move to the States?
It was just kind of on the cards. I was in a position where I was offered a manager contract in the States, and it felt like everything was kind of aligning for me to make the move. And I mean, every single artist dreams of being in Los Angeles, and it would be silly not to take that opportunity. And I've kind of just run with it. And just seen where life's taken me, and it's been a great and amazing journey. But that doesn't mean I miss South Africa so much, and I can't wait to be back soon.
Well, that's amazing. I mean, now there's collabs and there's writing for other artists.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So where are you sitting right now?
At home. This is my jungle. My jungle of.
But what city or town? Are you in Los Angeles?
I am, yes.
That's
where I'm
Africa.
based now.
It's Africa in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, if you guys
Semenya.
can see, I've got a whole lot.
So they call it the city of broken dreams, but you still look very happy. You haven't experienced that, or is it difficult? If you have to give advice to someone.
You gotta give it as much as you can. You know what? At the end of the day, someone said this to me literally 2 days ago. It's South African, also an artist that came to the States many years ago, and he said, when he got to Los Angeles, he was told that it doesn't matter how big you are from any country all over the world. Doesn't matter. When you get to Los Angeles, you start over all over again. And if you don't have that in mind, and you don't have that humility to just start from the beginning and work your way up, then you are going to have broken dreams at the end of the day. So that really hit me hard, and it just made me think, we have to be humble, and that's kind of why I'm still smiling at the end of the day, is because every day is just a new beginning to keep working at the dream.
Was that guy Neil Sandilands? No, I'm just joking. So we're going to talk about the song T-shirt, but I just want to talk about breaking into Los Angeles, like with the venues. And I think you played at the Viper, is it the Viper Room? Isn't that where Johnny Depp's brother died? What was the place he died in front of, on the sidewalk? I'll Google it now.
Oh, goodness. I wouldn't be surprised, because it's definitely a fun sidewalk with a lot of history. Just the Viper Room itself has so much history, but I wouldn't be surprised.
And so how difficult is it to get live shows? And then we're going to talk about the song and the video.
I think it's as difficult as just going up to a venue, telling them who you are and asking for the opportunity, and making sure you've got something to show for it, like some cool videos showing of what you can do. And if you're talented enough, they'll say, yeah, sure, we'll give you a shot. I think the biggest step that everyone needs to take is just asking, because you've already given yourself the answer no if you don't ask. So that's always the belief that I have. Whenever I want to do something, you just have to take the step and do it.
Wow.
And that's what I've kind of kept doing. And that's how I got into the Viper Room and Hotel Cafe.
Well, that's amazing. 23-year-old South African, based in LA now, and making name for yourself. We're so proud of you, Ashlinn. Wonderful to hear that. Well, let's get to the song, T-shirt. And it's it's actually a heartbreaking song when you listen to it and see the music video about your thoughts and your boyfriend being somewhere else in the world and you can't see each other. It's sad.
It's heartbreaking. It definitely is. I didn't even feel like that was the song I was going to write on the day, but obviously it was weighing so heavily on my heart that it almost had to be written. And at the time, it was like kind of right in the smack bang of COVID, and he had to go back to London, and we had just, spent our first 6 months living together, and it was amazing. And all of a sudden he had to be taken away from me. And it had been 15 months that I hadn't seen him until this December. I finally got to see him. But the song is about that longing and just that desperation to be with someone that you feel so close to, but are forced to be apart from.
I've got my facts wrong. Just some history about the Viper Room. It was owned by Johnny Depp, and it was River Phoenix, Jacqueline Phoenix's brother, who overdosed on Halloween night in 1993. And it was also Michael Hutchins' last public performance before he died a week after that.
Wow, that's also sad.
Yeah, so that's a lot of history.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the video. I mean, you are the executive producer, the creative director.
Of our own video.
For the whole video.
Yeah.
So tell us about that process.
It was so much fun. It's the first time that I've been able to do that for one of my videos. And what I like about it is you've got this blank slate and you can decide to do whatever you want. And that's kind of, we ran with it. I really had this idea of being in your own room, but there's something a little twisted about it, and that's where I brought in the sheets and having a bed in the middle of this field next to a lake, and the lake's called Big Bear Lake up in Los Angeles, and it's really beautiful. But yeah, I just wanted to play with the idea of like having all these different thoughts and longing, and kind of just like creating a little bedroom outside. Making it a little bit unrealistic.
Absolutely, and it really looks beautiful. And the song titled T-shirt, very interesting. And tell us why, because we know, but the viewers don't know why the song's called T-shirt.
Well, I mean, it doesn't even have to be in a romantic relationship, but there's just something about wearing your loved one's T-shirt that makes it a little bit closer to them. Like even with my dad, like we love it when he gives us one of his big T-shirts so that we can just cuddle in when we miss him. It's just something that it feels just so relatable and natural to have. And for me, whenever I missed my boyfriend, I was like, okay, gotta jump in one of his T-shirts and just feel like a little bit closer to him, even though I can't be with him in reality. And that's the whole idea of the song, is just like that, wanting to have something. And sometimes those beautiful memories that you have and just a plain simple T-shirt can make you feel a little bit closer.
Yes, I do the same when I miss my boyfriend.
Aw.
Listen, let's talk about the Idols thing. But America's Got Talent. Is that done? Is
It was American
still-
Idol. It was American. You
American
were right.
Idol.
Oh, American Idol. When was that?
That's, 2 years ago. Yeah, it was, COVID makes it feel like it was just the other day, but it was 2 years ago. I had such a great experience. I was
Wow.
able to audition and I got to meet Katy Perry and Lionel Richie and Luke Bryan. It was really cool because, you always dream about those moments and to have it actually happen, it's unbelievable. And I look back on it very fondly. I met so many great people.
And I assume
And,
they were very happy to know that you come from South Africa. Were they interested
actually
in?
were. Yeah,
I thought so.
Katy Perry made a comment saying, that's some of the best audiences she's ever performed for are South Africans. And it's true. A lot of artists that I've spoken to have said South Africans just have something special. And we just, it's the culture. We celebrate.
Ashlinn, would you ever want to come back to South Africa? I assume your parents are still here?
Actually, my family is all in America at the moment. My direct family. I even have one of my younger sisters living with me currently. But a large majority of my family is in South Africa, and my plan and hope is to come back 2 or 3 times a year eventually. But right now, it's every year / every 2 years. I hope to make that more frequent because I do. South Africa is just such a special place. It really, really is.
Ashlinn Gray, thank you for your time. We're going to play that music video to our audience, and hopefully we'll chat to you when you win your first Grammy.
Thank you guys so much. The support is amazing. It was so much fun chatting to you. I really do love it.
Great stuff. Go grab a burger.
Yes, sir.
America. So jy kan ingeskakel bly so 'n bietjie later gaan ons hierdie T-shirt, dis hoekom ons die sosiale media vraag ook het.